Hi everyone, I'm Anna, and welcome back to the Think in English podcast. This series is all about helping you improve your English in the most natural way possible by listening to real conversations on topics that truly matter. Each episode is fully in English, so you can train your ear, build useful vocabulary, and most importantly, start thinking in English instead of translating in your head. Today's topic is one that affects all of us, healthy lifestyle and daily habits. We'll talk about how small, everyday actions can transform your physical and mental health, why consistency matters more than motivation, and how you can start building healthy routines step by step. To explore this topic with me, I've invited Michael, a certified health coach and nutrition specialist with over 10 years of experience helping people live healthier, more balanced lives. Michael, welcome to the show.
Hi, Anna. Thanks so much for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here and talk about this topic because health is something we all care about, yet many people feel confused about how to actually improve it. The truth is, it's not about huge, dramatic changes. It's about small habits done consistently over time.
I completely agree. And I think that's similar to language learning too. People often want quick results, and when they don't see them, they give up. But with both English and health, it's about long-term habits, right?
Exactly. People often underestimate how powerful small actions can be. For example, walking just 20 minutes a day might not sound like much, but over a year, that's more than 120 hours of movement. And those hours can mean lower stress, better sleep, more energy, and even a longer life.
That's a really good way to look at it. And I think a lot of people believe that living a healthy lifestyle means you have to completely change everything. Go to the gym every day, follow strict diets, stop eating anything fun. But that's not really the point, is it?
No, not at all. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons people fail. They try to change everything at once: exercise, food, sleep, and it becomes overwhelming. Instead, I encourage people to start small. Pick one habit, like drinking more water or going for a walk after lunch. Once that becomes automatic, add another. Over time, these habits stack together into something powerful.
That makes so much sense. It's like building a language step by step, word by word, phrase by phrase. You can't learn everything in a week, and you can't change your whole lifestyle in a week either.
Exactly. And I think one of the most helpful ways to think about health is through what I call the four pillars: movement, nutrition, sleep, and stress management. These four areas are deeply connected, and if you work on them one by one, your whole life improves.
Let's go through them one at a time. Starting with movement. Many people think they need to spend hours at the gym to be healthy, but that's not really true, is it?
Not at all. Our bodies are designed to move, but movement doesn't have to mean intense workouts. Even simple things like walking, stretching, gardening, or playing with your kids count. The key is to move consistently. It's much better to walk 30 minutes every day than to do a 2-hour workout once a week and then sit for 6 days.
I totally agree. I try to walk every day, and I always feel better after it. My head is clearer, I'm less stressed, and I sleep better at night.
That's exactly it. Movement is not just about physical fitness. It's about mental health, too. Regular physical activity reduces anxiety, depression, boosts mood, and improves focus. Even 5 minutes of stretching between meetings can help.
I love that. And what about people who say they don't have time? That's something I hear a lot. I'm too busy to exercise.
That's probably the most common excuse, but here's the truth. You don't find time, you make time. It's about priorities. Even if you start with 5 minutes a day, walking around the block, doing 10 push-ups, or stretching while watching TV, it's still valuable. And once you feel the benefits, you'll want to do more.
I think that's key, starting small, because when something feels manageable, you're more likely to stick with it.
Exactly. And once movement becomes part of your routine, you don't have to think about it anymore. It's like brushing your teeth. You just do it. That's when real change happens.
Let's move on to the second pillar, nutrition. There's so much conflicting information out there: low carb, high protein, intermittent fasting. It's confusing. What's your philosophy when it comes to eating well?
I like to keep things simple. Nutrition doesn't need to be complicated. The best rule is this: eat real food. Focus on whole, unprocessed ingredients, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and high-quality proteins. If your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize it as food, maybe you shouldn't eat it too often.
That's a good way to think about it. I've noticed that when I cook at home instead of eating processed food, I feel better and have more energy.
Exactly. Home cooking is one of the most powerful health habits. You control the ingredients, the portion size, and the balance. You don't need to follow a strict diet. Just make small swaps. Replace soda with water, white bread with whole grain, fried snacks with fruit or nuts. Those little changes add up.
And I think the word balance is important too. People sometimes go from eating anything to cutting everything, but that's not sustainable.
You're absolutely right. Extreme changes rarely last. Health is not about perfection. It's about balance and consistency. It's okay to have a slice of cake sometimes or enjoy pizza with friends. The problem isn't one meal, it's what you do most of the time. If 80% of your meals are nourishing, the other 20% won't harm you.
So, we've talked about movement and nutrition, two huge parts of a healthy lifestyle, but there's one area I think people still underestimate, and that's sleep. Many of us treat sleep like it's optional, but it's really not, is it?
No, not at all. Sleep is the foundation of everything. It affects your mood, your energy, your ability to focus, even how your body uses food. I often say that you can eat well and exercise regularly, but if your sleep is poor, you're only doing half the job.
I used to be one of those people who thought sleeping less made me more productive. I'd work late, wake up early, and just drink more coffee. But over time, I noticed I was more stressed, more emotional, and less focused.
That's exactly what happens. When we don't sleep enough, our hormones become unbalanced. Our stress hormone, cortisol, stays high, and we start craving sugar and junk food. Even our immune system becomes weaker. It's like trying to drive a car without ever turning off the engine. Sooner or later, something breaks.
So, how much sleep do we really need?
Most adults need between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep every night. But it's not just about the number of hours. It's about consistency. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day trains your body to fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply.
I noticed that too. When I keep a regular schedule, I feel rested, even if I sleep a bit less. But if I stay up late on weekends, Monday feels like a disaster.
That's called social jet lag, and it's very common. Our bodies love rhythm. We're built to follow patterns. The consistent sleep-wake cycle supports everything from digestion to mood to brain function.
What about people who say they just can't sleep well? Are there habits that can improve sleep quality?
Definitely. A few simple things make a big difference. No screens an hour before bed. The blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. A lower temperature signals your body it's time to rest. Create a calming routine. A cup of herbal tea, reading a book, or gentle stretching before bed helps your body relax.
I love that idea. I started reading for 20 minutes before bed instead of scrolling on my phone, and I fall asleep so much faster now.
That's a perfect example. The body and mind respond to signals. When you repeat a calm routine every night, your brain learns that it's time to slow down.
Let's talk about the fourth pillar, stress. I feel like stress is the silent killer of our time. Even if we eat well and sleep well, too much stress can undo everything.
You're absolutely right. A little bit of stress is normal and even helpful, but chronic stress, the kind that never goes away, is harmful. It raises blood pressure, weakens the immune system, disrupts sleep, and even affects digestion.
And unfortunately, many of us live in a constant state of stress. Work, family, social media, it never ends.
Exactly. That's why building daily stress-reducing habits is essential. They don't have to be complicated. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing can calm the nervous system. A short walk in nature, listening to calming music, or talking to a friend can make a real difference.
I've also found that reducing screen time helps. If I check my phone first thing in the morning, my mind feels rushed all day. But if I spend the first 30 minutes without screens, my day starts more peacefully.
That's a great tip. Our environment influences our stress more than we think. Setting healthy boundaries with technology, like no phone before breakfast or no work emails after dinner, can drastically improve mental health.
What do you think about meditation? Some people swear by it, while others say it's not for them.
Meditation is a powerful tool, but it's not the only one. For some, sitting still is hard, and that's okay. You can practice active meditation through activities like walking, painting, or gardening. The key is to be present and focus on the moment. Even 5 minutes a day can train your brain to handle stress better.
I like that. It's about finding what works for you, not forcing a method that feels unnatural.
Exactly. Health is not one size fits all. It's about discovering the habits that fit your lifestyle and personality.
Speaking of lifestyle, let's talk about routines. You often say that routines are the secret weapon of a healthy life. Why are they so important?
Because willpower is limited. If you rely only on motivation, you'll fail on bad days. But routines don't need motivation. They run automatically. Once brushing your teeth, walking after lunch, or drinking water first thing in the morning becomes a habit, you don't think about it anymore.
That's so true. I don't feel like brushing my teeth every day, but I do it anyway because it's part of my routine. And that's how habits should work.
Exactly. Start with tiny routines. For example, drink a glass of water when you wake up. Stretch for 2 minutes before you shower. Write down 3 things you're grateful for before bed. Each of these takes less than a minute, but they create momentum.
And momentum is everything. Once you do one healthy thing, it's easier to do another. It's like building a chain.
Yes, and the longer the chain gets, the harder it is to break. I tell my clients, focus on consistency, not perfection. Missing 1 day is fine. Missing 10 days makes it hard to come back.
I think that's an important mindset. Not being too hard on yourself. We're all human. Life happens.
Absolutely. Self-compassion is part of a healthy lifestyle too. If you miss a workout or eat something unhealthy, don't feel guilty. Just start fresh with the next meal or the next day.
That's a lesson I had to learn too. In the past, one bad choice would lead to a bad week. Now I just move on.
And that's exactly what creates long-term results, not giving up after a small setback.
We've covered movement, nutrition, sleep, and stress, the 4 pillars you mentioned earlier. I think it would be great to bring everything together now and talk about how to build a real healthy lifestyle step by step. Many people understand the theory, but they don't know where to start.
That's a great point. And here's the truth. Knowledge alone doesn't change anything. What changes your life is action. But the action has to be realistic. If you try to do too much too soon, you'll burn out. So I recommend building habits layer by layer.
How would that look in practice? Let's say someone listening to us now feels tired, stressed, maybe eats a bit too much junk food and doesn't exercise. Where should they begin?
I'd tell them to forget about changing everything and focus on one simple habit for the next 7 days. For example, I will go for a 10-minute walk after dinner every day. That's it. No gym, no strict plans, just one walk.
That sounds too easy, but I guess that's the point.
Exactly. The point is to create a win. When people succeed at something simple, they build confidence. Then they're ready for the next step. After 2 weeks, maybe they add another habit, like, I'll drink a big glass of water before each meal. After a month, maybe they start stretching for 5 minutes in the morning. Over time, these small habits stack up into a lifestyle.
And that's much easier to maintain long term. If you build slowly, the habits become part of who you are.
Exactly. I always say, don't chase motivation, build identity. Instead of saying, I want to be healthy, say, I am someone who takes care of their health. Once you see yourself that way, your actions will follow.
I love that. It's the same with English learning. Instead of saying, I want to learn English, say, I am a person who practices English every day. It changes how you approach the process.
Yes, it's the same psychology. Identity is more powerful than motivation because it's internal. And once habits become part of your identity, you don't have to force them.
Let's talk about daily routines. Could you give an example of what a simple, healthy day might look like for someone who's just starting out?
Sure. Here's an example of a realistic routine. Morning, drink a glass of water right after waking up. Do a 5-minute stretch or short walk outside. Eat a balanced breakfast, something like eggs and vegetables or oatmeal with fruit. Midday, take a short break from work to walk or move. Eat lunch slowly, without screens. Maybe write down one thing you're grateful for. Afternoon, do 10 minutes of light exercise, a walk, cycling, or simple body weight movements. Evening, avoid screens for 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Drink herbal tea, read, or meditate. Go to bed at the same time every day. It's not complicated, but if you follow this structure most days, your health will improve dramatically.
That's actually very doable. It's not about being perfect, it's about building structure and repeating it.
Exactly. And once you're consistent, you can build on it. Add more exercise, plan your meals better, improve your sleep environment, but the foundation stays the same.
I think many people don't realize how much their environment matters too. If your home is full of junk food or if your phone is next to your bed, it's harder to make good choices.
That's a really important point. Your environment shapes your behavior more than willpower does. If you want to eat healthier, fill your kitchen with healthy options. If you want to sleep better, keep your bedroom dark, cool, and screen-free. If you want to move more, put your workout clothes where you can see them. Make the healthy choice the easy choice.
I did that with snacks. I stopped buying chips and cookies, and now I reach for fruit or nuts without even thinking about it.
Exactly. You changed the environment, and your habits followed. That's one of the most effective strategies people overlook.
What about social environment? The people around us. Do they affect our health too?
Absolutely. We become like the people we spend the most time with. If your friends eat junk food and never move, you're more likely to do the same. But if you surround yourself with people who value health, you'll naturally adopt similar habits. It's not about judging anyone, it's about being aware of how influence works.
That's so true. I started going for evening walks with a friend, and it became a habit for both of us. Doing it together makes it easier and more fun.
And that's a perfect example. Health isn't meant to be a lonely journey. Sharing habits with others makes them stronger.
We've talked about so many aspects of health today, but one thing I'd love to end with is longevity. Living not just longer, but better. What habits do you see in people who age well and stay active into their 70s or 80s?
Great question. From what I've seen, the people who age the best share a few key habits. They stay active, walking, gardening, cycling every day. They eat mostly whole foods, not processed ones. They sleep well and manage stress through routines and connection. And they stay socially engaged. They talk, laugh, learn new things. It's not about doing anything extreme. It's about doing the basics consistently for decades.
I love that.
It's encouraging to know that small things done daily can have such a huge impact in the long run.
Exactly. Health is not about perfection, and it's not about quick fixes. It's about building a lifestyle that supports you physically, mentally, and emotionally every single day.
Michael, this conversation was full of so many great tips. I think our listeners not only learned a lot about healthy living, but also picked up a lot of useful English vocabulary along the way.
Thank you, Anna. I hope people listening feel inspired to make small changes and to keep thinking in English while they do it.
That's the goal, improving your English and your life at the same time. Remember, both health and language are journeys, not destinations. Take small steps every day and you'll see amazing results.
Exactly. Be patient, be consistent, and enjoy the process.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Michael, and thank you to everyone listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration.
Thanks, everyone. Take care and keep thinking in English.
See you in the next episode of Think in English podcast.
Kliknij w jeden z polecanych filmów, aby kontynuować naukę. Dziękuję za obejrzenie całego materiału i wspólnie spędzony czas. Jeśli lekcja okazała się przydatna, zostaw subskrypcję, łapkę w górę i napisz swoją opinię w komentarzu. To pomaga rozwijać kanał i tworzyć kolejne treści. Do zobaczenia w kolejnym odcinku.